I did a 12-day healthy holidays challenge. It just
Ooh,
ended on Friday. So,
love
um,
that.
yes, it was really fun. It was the first time I've done that challenge. I've done a lot of these, like my signature challenge is a 5-day no sugar challenge. And I run it every
Mm,
couple months and it's really successful. People
that's
really like
perfect.
it, but I didn't want to do that during the holidays. It's not a good fit for the holidays. And so I decided to do something different and it was really fun. I'm definitely going to do it again next year. I loved it. I think I did a great job on it. I think everybody really liked it. Now, as far as getting clients out of it, I'm still working on that part.
Yeah. I think
It's
that was the most important question I was gonna get into is like
Yep.
how have those worked for you in terms of like generating leads to then eventually get them on a call? What's your process, by the way? Do you end the challenge and invite them to maybe a call or it's very open
Yes.
or
It's a master class always ends the challenge or like a, how to keep the momentum going workshop or like a part, some kind of a party thing. And so this time it was like the grand prize raffle, and it was just the wrap up party. I called it Three Secrets to Losing Weight in 2026. It wasn't super well attended as much as I wanted it to be. The other two lives that I did during the 12 days were better attended. So there was one difference though, is that there was a miscommunication with, so my husband does my DM setting.
oh really?
And
That's funny.
yep, he misunderstood and didn't send the message to my whole list of people
Oh,
to, so I don't know how much that uh, had an effect on the
oh
attendance.
yeah. Oh, for sure. Okay.
But so the attendance was a little low, which kind of zapped my energy a little bit too,
Yeah,
because I showed up and there was like, I mean, there was still like 11 people, but most
I
of them were
know.
my clients.
Okay, so it's kind of like, yeah,
So it's a little hard to bring the energy. I mean, it still was okay. It
yeah,
was still a good class, but
I got you. What do you feel has been the biggest maybe challenge around getting them to move into like a next stage, whether it's booking a call or once they book to get them into like a demo or I don't know your process, but like what's been maybe the biggest challenge? They just say later, they don't show up or
so I guess people just don't take advantage of booking the call, and maybe that's because I am not putting enough
yeah,
um urgency, or what's the other one? Whatever the other one is, scarcity.
I
Maybe I'm
got you.
not really, because I don't put a ton. I'm kind of like, this is
I know.
like,
Do
I don't
you
know.
do you want my honest feedback on
Yes.
that? Sometimes what happens is we don't emphasize the value
Yeah.
of a connection with, in this case, them for you, right? Them connecting with you. So what do I mean by that? So sometimes if we are, we'll let Kai in here and a couple other people are strolling in, but sometimes when we are very okay with people not necessarily showing up, that's a good thing, right? Because it's like we're not needy, we're not like chasing. What's up, Kai? I'm just jamming out here with Lucy. We'll get to you in a sec, brother. And so again, it's a good thing, right? Because we're not chasing, we're not needy. The challenge is it might be a little too nonchalant where we're not
Yeah.
emphasizing it's like, hey, by the way, for an example, I mean, I haven't heard your message or your pitch or whatever, but I would highly recommend something like, hey, and by the way, what I'd love to do is if you are serious about reaching your goals and cutting down sugar or being able to have a balanced diet or whatever you're kind of presenting right to the hook. Okay. I highly recommend that we schedule a 1-to-1 15 or 20 minute because that's what I would recommend for you is schedule like an in-between session, right? So that it doesn't feel like a sales call. So it's more like a
Yeah.
custom game plan. Maybe we can call it that. It's like, hey, schedule your 1-to-1
Yeah.
custom holiday game plan or custom New Year game plan. But again, I want to, and so the messaging is, I want to emphasize that only schedule if you feel committed to your growth. You don't have to do anything with me, but if you're not committed, then you're not going to really get value from this quick session because we're going to go deep into your vision, your why, like why you really want to do this. So those are going to be the pillars that are going to help you ultimately move forward, right? And so, by the way, that 15-minute session is going to be a true like sales call because you're going to get a sense of their vision, their why now, but in a quicker format. And also for you to get a sense of, okay, they
Mm.
booked, that means they're committed, but why though? Like, tell me more about your journey, Jessica. Like, you attended the thing or you've been following for a while, but tell me more because like what's going on now in your life? Like, you know what I mean? Like almost like an update if you do know them already.
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll post the replay because I know you're like frantically trying to take notes.
Yep.
But the goal, if you can just visualize it, Lucy, it's I just added a lot of value.
Yeah.
I'm making a call to action for those who are really committed to schedule a 15-minute custom road mapping session with the emphasis on commitment or readiness or you feel called to whatever, right? So it filters out those that are not committed, like they're not committed. So then the ones that do show or the ones that do schedule, you're
Yeah.
gonna take them through a sales call, but it's more just for their own sake to be like, you know what? Yes, I am ready. And you're gonna be like, cool, tell me why though, I guess. You could say this, let me play devil's advocate for a second. And this is for you, Kai, as well. Like, for example, and everybody here on the replay, what I did the other day is I'm helping out on this project around like wealth advisory or whatever around crypto and all that. And I asked the guy because he was very like, yeah, I mean, it would be cool, it'd be nice, or because I kind of like very like not really committed, interested. So I go, okay, man, yeah, no worries, Tom. I guess let me ask you a question, that's, kind of a devil's advocate question. I go, let's say you shared this idea with a friend, and then the friend looks at you like, Tom, like you're crazy, man. Why would you get into like crypto and all that stuff? Just play it safe, man. Just like keep doing what you're doing. What would you respond to that? So then Tom had to internally convince
Mm.
himself, I do want to get into crypto, and this is the reason why. And now he's sharing it with me or not. Because if his answer is like, well, honestly, I would tell my friend, no, you're right, and then not do it. And then I would say, okay, cool. It sounds like you're not really aligned to what we can help you with, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Same thing with you, Lucy. It would be like, gotcha, Jessica. So just to play devil's advocate, I mean, and it's an interesting exercise, but let me ask you, Jessica, I guess like, why not just kind of keep doing what you're doing and the diet you're following and the workouts you do once a week? Like, why not just kind of
Mm.
keep doing what you're doing? Why even do something different? Same thing with Kai. It's like, okay, gotcha. Henry, I know you want to learn Japanese and you're, a very successful business owner, but I guess why do anything different? Kind of to ask a devil's advocate question, like why learn Japanese at this point? It sounds like you're already good, man. Like I don't know, just why would it make sense for you to do something different or whatever? Right? And they may open up more. This is all about how do we get a little bit more clarity on the reasons why they want to move forward, if at all.
That makes so much sense. And I love the idea of doing a like longer than the quick connection 5-10 minute call, but not as long as the hour strategy call.
Yes.
And then going from there. And maybe it is too intimidating to book that hour call,
Yeah.
especially during the holidays. Like
Yes.
that's what I'm
Yes.
fighting against is trying to, as a health coach during the holidays, it's like crazy hard.
I know.
So, I'm
Yeah.
trying to make it fit in with their situation. So that
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense. Love
And it's
that.
also mentally
Thank you.
digestible, right? Pun intended. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I can get on a 15-minute call. I can get on a 10-minute call. That's digestible. Like I can visualize myself making space for that versus an hour and then she might try to sell me or like, I don't know, right?
Right. Yeah. Okay. Love
right? So just
that.
make it, yeah, positioning. That's all about positioning the value. So
Yeah.
Kai, you missed a little bit of the beginning, but essentially what we were talking about is, hey, why aren't they booking this next step, which is an hour-long thing, which is very powerful too. But the core of it is, well, we can also take ownership of how we can position the value that much further, right? That
Bless you.
much deeper. Bless you. So anything else, Lucy? If not, we'll jump over to Kai, get a quick update, then jump back. But anything else on that? Oh, and I think she froze a little bit.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, we'll give her a sec. But Kai,
There
what's
we go.
going on, my man? What's new? I know you were implementing a few things last week.
Yeah, I was implementing some things. So what can I say? This last week I've been like aggressively tracking every single one of my stats. Like I've been just aggressively stacking how like my show rate, my schedule rate, my conversion rate in both like my leads generated from my content, like my overall leads, my qualified leads, my like I've been just like checking every single metric every single week. So like my Saturday is my tracking week. I just go over everything, like just spend half an hour just track everything. And so far the rates have been good. Mm, probably my one bottleneck right now is creating content and attracting unqualified clients. Now, I know exactly how to solve this. I know exactly how to solve this. First of all, I need to create content for qualified clients. Second of
Mhm.
all, I need to make my about page clear that it's only for entrepreneurs that want to
Yeah.
grow their business and scale uh, intercontinental and multinational that which languages will grow them. So like most billionaires know 3, 4 languages. Like if you think if you
Yeah. And dude, if you even want, pull up your About Me page and we'll look at it. We'd love to give you feedback on it because
Yeah.
um that's what I was gonna share. It's also, you know, sharing content about who you're not. It's because a lot of times, even Lucy and myself, like we can share content of here's who I am, here's what I'm about, or here's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But seldom do we talk about, and by the way, this might not be for you if boom, boom, boom. Hey, this might not be for you if you're still not ready to change your life and lose the 10 pounds. Like that's okay. Like nobody's here to push you through the finish line. Or for you, it's like, hey guy, yeah, hey, no worries if this isn't for you if you're not ready to think bigger. You're not ready to whatever your thing is, right, that you're looking to get.
Yeah, well, I have found several reasons that most entrepreneurs would want to learn languages, learn new languages. Also, I am working on a lead magnet because I think lead magnets are very powerful too. So I will create on School Discovery, I'll have a lead magnet. And then also on YouTube channel, I will also have a lead magnet. And then
Mm,
also I want to do Reddit, and then also like I know Reddit is not allowed like DMs, all that kind of like not stuff, but I found a strategy through Reddit. So I'm gonna focus on those three.
okay.
And pretty much yes. That's like my focus. So creating a lead magnet and attracting high quality clients and then converting those high quality clients. That's the second thing.
Mm, I love it,
Like
man.
for example, yesterday I had no sales calls. Um Before yesterday I had no sales calls. Before yesterday I had one call with a ex
Oh, I can't hear you anymore.
Yep.
And let me pause you real quick because here's if you're open to it.
Of course I am open to it.
So one thing that can happen, and even for Lucy and for everybody, and even for me, is I don't want to use the word obsessed, but also I kind of do. Sometimes we're obsessed with new leads and new people and new this. But you know what's more powerful than new leads? People that
What?
already know, like, and trust us because they've already connected with us through text, DM, connection call, sales call. So what am I talking about here? Pipeline, follow-ups, reactivating your database, even if it's small, right? So that's a little seed I'll plant. what are you guys doing to check back in with the people you spoke to 3 months ago, a month ago, to say, hey, I thought about you and just
Yes,
wanted to see
yes.
what's new, you know?
Don't know what to DM them. Like I have lots of people,
Mm,
but I don't know exactly. Like that's my problem. Like I have people. I'm like, hey, what's up? Like I'm not gonna just DM. Hey, what's like? I have this guy. He really wants to get my training. Really like. I give him a discount. Like I said this. I really wants to give him my training. Um, and then he just like doesn't answer me anymore. Like just doesn't answer,
yeah. Okay.
which is like very sad for me. But pretty much,
I
yeah,
got you.
that's
Do
like
you,
I don't know what to say to him.
yeah,
Exactly.
perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. And we'll talk about that here. So Kai,
Mhm.
are you using a multi-channel approach or are you only sending them a message through one channel?
Well, usually I send them a message through school. So mo most of my clients are, or there's also WhatsApp. So WhatsApp or school.
Yes, that's the
Yeah,
thing. So the question becomes, how can I take a multi-channel approach? And the bigger question is, are you collecting their email, their phone numbers
of
when they
course.
book a
Yes.
call?
Yes.
Yeah, right. So most of us have email and phone. So
Hmm.
now it's more of a mindset thing to be like, pick up the phone, call them, not to like, I'm gonna sell this guy, not to even say, I want an update on what he thinks about this. You know what it
Actually,
is?
yeah. Yeah. But calling currently in Russia doesn't work on WhatsApp, so that's kind of like the issue. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Mm.
And Lucy said that she has a DM setter. Wow, that's pretty powerful.
No. It's my husband.
But she
Oh,
does have a DM setter.
I'm
yeah.
doing yes. But wait, I wanted to hear, Louise, what was that thing you were going to say? Calling them without the idea of
Selling them.
Exactly.
selling them. So then what were you, so what do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
So
is it that you
then,
say?
yeah, so then you make it about them. It's not about your program. It's not about Lucy or Kai or Luis or our things. It's about the person. So it kind of assumes that when you did connect with them, you know a little bit more about them. Do
Hmm.
they have kids? Like, were they looking forward to the holiday? Like, what was going on when you spoke to them that you can reference, right? So it's really just a call that's based off of referencing your notes. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, a lot of us, we suck at taking notes. A lot of us, we don't really remember what the conversation was about. That's
Hmm.
okay because we can still make it about them. So what does that sound like? Okay.
Hmm.
If I highly recommend, and again, I don't know the specifics, but maybe it's totally up to you and it can feel a little bit invasive, but even calling someone on Instagram, you know how Instagram has what's this? Start meeting questions? I'll just I don't know. Okay. I just turned on the setting. I don't know what happened there. But calling them on Instagram,
That
like
was me.
okay, good.
I have like
Um,
this AI companion thing majiggy that I got bought from Zoom.
okay,
I
gotcha.
don't know. We'll test that out.
No worries. So
Sorry.
it's multi the so there's two pieces. What do we say, but where do we do it on? So just to be clear, multi-channel approach, call, text, or email. You don't necessarily want to do them all in the same day, the same hour, but you do want to say, hey, in the morning, maybe I do calls. And then in the afternoon, I have my DM setter or myself or whoever do text. And then the next day I do only email. And then the next day I do the same. But I'll flip it. I'll do text and then in the afternoon, calls. You can get extremely creative with it. But now what do you say to Lucy's point? You make it about them. Like, hey Kai, what's going on, man? It's Luis Noriega. And they'd be like, who? It's like, yeah, it's Luis. You're part of my school community. I just wanted to check in. We spoke like a month ago. You were living in Russia and you were working on your language business. How's that going? All about them. What's going on with you? What's like new? Right? So for Lucy, it would be the same idea. Hey Jessica, it's Lucy here. Lucy Hutchings. They'd be like, oh, who? Or even if they do know you, they'll be like excited. Oh wow, Lucy, what's going on? I can't believe you're calling me. It's like, yeah, I just wanted to check in. And so the context is always, I was looking at my notes, right? or I was just thinking about you. Yeah, yeah, Jessica. The reason why I'm calling is because I was thinking about the conversation we had 3 months ago, right? Or yeah, yeah, Jenny, the reason why I'm calling was because I was looking at my notes and I had a task here to reconnect with you, but I totally forgot to do that a couple weeks ago, and I'm just not doing it now. I don't know what the context really is, but go off of what's going on. A lot of times it is that I was looking at my notes, I was thinking about you because I was looking at my CRM. You don't have to tell them that. But like, yeah, I was thinking about you and wanted to check in. How's it going with whatever you guys spoke about? Yeah, how's it going with the keto diet that you were doing, or how's it going with going to that new gym that you started going to? Make it about them to connect with them. Then, for you, Kai, if it's through DM or text, same idea. Hey, John, well, in this case, you wouldn't have to say because they'll see your profile, for example, unless it's a text or a WhatsApp, but it's the same idea. Hey, Henry, how's it going with expanding your business? I know that you were working on that last time we connected in March, or whatever the context is, but you're referencing the conversation if you can remember what it is that you spoke about. Yeah. And I'm just now reading Lucy's point there. And then that's another thing too, offering a small gift. Yes, it can feel transactional though. So the way I would structure it is a multi-step, maybe two, if not three steps. If this is so a DM would be through text or whatever. I would do a first touch, which would be, hey, name, how's it going? I thought about you. Hey Jessica, thought about you. How you been? They may not respond to that. Okay, cool. But now you can send them another one that says, hey, by the way, I was thinking about our conversation and I have a really cool, I wouldn't say gift. I would just say like whatever it is. I have a really cool tool that you could use or whatever you're offering. I have a really cool,
So I was just gonna say, sorry to interrupt you, but
yeah.
I was just like planning out a bunch of DMs to all like my qualified members in my community because like I have a bunch of qualified members. So, hey Luis, quick question. I'm testing a new language learning technique and I'm looking for a few people to try and give honest feedback. Would you be able to open testing it? So out of
Yeah,
like 10 people, I booked 2 calls, which I mean isn't bad. Like
yeah,
isn't bad,
it's good.
but it was okay. Like, and I did it like I might still get some answers. Because honestly, I was just like looking through all the
Yeah,
just wait.
yeah, that's good. What I would even add to that, Kai, is so that you can. So what I mean, I have a new language learning model
Yeah.
so that you can. Like, what's the benefit of that?
Yeah.
Like,
So that you can.
yeah. So what would be their benefit? Like, what would be the benefit? Well, one benefit so that you can learn faster, so that people can enjoy the process more. Like, well, what's a benefit?
Got you, got you. So yeah, the goal is to give benefits. I got you. Cool. So I've been trying different 3-step conversion methods, 6-step conversion DM methods, and they're all like all the stats are different and they like always fluctuate, which kind of is annoying because like I have some bots that enter my community and like they count as the stats and like they suck. So
Oh, yeah.
all the stats, but right now I've been just going with a simple 3-step DM formula. If you want to, I can share it.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Plug
simple.
it into the community.
Yeah, sure. Let me just quickly sh share my screen if you guys are okay with that. Um, here. It's not automated or anything, but this is how it looks like. So DM number one. Hey, let's say Luis, thanks for joining the Learn Any Language community. Super glad to have you here. Like I changed it something like super stoked to have you here.
Right.
Hey bro, thanks for joining the language learning community. Super stoked to have you here. I saw that you're learning Spanish. What made you choose that language in particular? Always love hearing the backstory. Like, oh, hey Kai, thanks for inviting me. I'm learning Spanish because like my grandma is like Aztec warrior. I don't know, like just like some random stuff. Love that. Based on what you shared,
Yeah.
here's what I'd focus on for the next 7 days to make real progress with Spanish. And then like, action one, action two, action three. If you follow this, you'll feel a like, do you think I should give them value right away, or they'll feel like, okay, he's trying to sell me something?
Yeah, that's a great question. So you want to be congruent. So it says there, I always love hearing about the backstory, right?
Hmm.
So if you do want to hear about the backstory, then ask them maybe one more question at least about what they just said, and then send them that. So the way it would work, it would be like, yeah, I was up to hear the backstory. They'll say, yeah, my grandma was this, this, and that, and I want to just learn that culture, and then just address it. You know what I mean? Like beyond love that, because right now the way you're addressing it is just two words, like, oh, love that. So it's kind of
Oh, that's so cool.
incongruent, you
Thanks.
know?
Got you. And then DM3.
Yeah, DM3 would be it would be, um so I would ask a question though, like, wow, that's so cool. Um, right below that, I would ask another question to keep them talking.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
like
so
I can give some, I mean, I feel like I don't want to give any examples, but pretty much yeah. And then DM if they answer with like yes, then I say glad it helped. Since we're a small community, I like to personally welcome new members and understand their goals and give them some values to support them better. Would you open to a 15-minute quick call? Just simple
hmm
chat, so they can get most out of the community. And then they say
yeah, man.
yes. If that works, you can have a time here, and boom, boom. And this is just a 15-minute calendar link, whatever. So pretty much
Exactly.
that's like my 4-step process. My old process was a 6-step process. So hey, someone to join the community. What like this is before they even join. I DM'd before they even join, which made people think that I was salesy. And this conversion rate is
Mm,
it was pretty low. So now I'm trying this out and seeing what this conversion rate is. That was like 19 to 22%, from 19 to 22% approximately.
okay, perfect. Yeah, and it's the first two messages, just making sure you're warming them up, if you will.
Got you.
Before you go into like, let me add some value or whatever.
Mhm. Got you.
Yeah, and that's,
Got
by
you.
the way, so with my method, the aligned sales method, the whole core of that is conversationalism.
Hmm. And
Have a
then yeah.
conversation with them, like they're just told you about the grandma or whoever. It's like, okay, we'll talk a little bit about that, a little bit more, one or two things, you know. So share that in the community. That's gold. I love that. Anything else, Kai? If not, we'll go over to Lucy and then we'll come right back. But anything else?
Well, I actually have to go now. So I
Okay,
think
perfect.
it's like super late here. It's like 9:30 and I usually go to
I
sleep at
know, I
like
know.
9. Also, I don't know if it would be possible, but if you could in the future possibly move the time to like, I don't know. Actually, never mind. Never,
Hey,
never
I
mind.
know.
Never mind. Never mind. It's fine. It's fine because I usually have my calls until 9 o'clock, so this is totally fine.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think that's it. I've been practicing my sales, with like a AI like close it like
Mm,
Alex. So, pretty much what I
you
do is
said
like
which
I
one?
just it's called close it like Alex.
Close
Um,
it like Alex.
like so like it's a conversation. So let's just like I can share my screen again and show it to you.
Yeah. Like a
So
bot or something?
yeah, pretty much here. So pretty much it's like an AI. So initial setup. So I chose beginner. It's super, super simple. And then option A, feedback after every interaction. And I say, hey, Alex, how are you doing? Hey, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. How about you? I'm great. Glad to hear that. Thanks for joining the community. How are you liking it so far? Yeah, it's been good so far. So tell me a little about yourself. What do you do? Blah, 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 blah. And then like just keep in conversation. And then like
Okay.
it starts quick feedback, opportunity to prove, quick feedback, opportunity to prove. And then like what
Mm,
happens if you don't? And then at the end, I ask it like, hey, can you give me like a recap? So this is like the flow of the call: warm intro, goal discovery, past attempts, cost of an action, priority and commitment, time and feasibility check, alignment recap, 980 blueprint, I don't know, mechanism and differentiation, offer and close, next steps. And like this like
hmm
just like the script.
Yeah.
And then like the commit and check, all this kind of stuff. How does that sound? Based on everything I've shown you for, how do you like it? If there was a way to support me far beyond this blueprint investment, you get blah blah blah. The investment is that fair? Yeah. Are you ready to work? Great. And so I'm gonna do probably level 2 tomorrow. Because this is like literally nothing. He was like, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. I'm like, okay, it's this. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't see that changing. It's literally he was just agreeing to everything. So I've been just kind of like working on that. Cool. Wait, I think we have the exact same phone. Oh no, we don't have the exact same phone. Never mind. Okay, I have to go now.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, that's magic though. Yeah, and any AI tool is useful, man. The big thing is number one, using it. So it sounds like you've used it maybe once. I would highly recommend use it every freaking day, man, if possible. Number two, um, practice out loud. Because DM is
Yes.
great,
Yes.
but also like speak it out loud. There's other tips I'll give you, but I know you got to run, and we'll see you in a bit, brother.
Cool. Thank you all so much. I think that's everything I was gonna say. Just DMs and pretty much marketing, like marketing on my ideal content client. And I want to stay, but I have to go.
Yeah,
See
I
you
know.
guys.
This no worries. Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
All right, perfect. Because we're almost wrapping up here in about 15 minutes. So, yeah, what? Let's recap that because I think there was a lot there, and on the DM side, I want to be sure you're clear. What did you get out of that in terms of maybe the positioning or the follow up and some of those things?
I took a ton of notes. Okay, so it totally made sense. It's conversation and reactivating people. It's more through referencing something that we've talked about in the past,
Yeah,
which is totally aligned with what I have been working on. I would say my biggest problem is finding the time to actually
I
follow
was gonna
up with
say,
people. Yeah. So I haven't really done a whole lot of follow up from, so the masterclass was Thursday.
I
And
know.
so I've been sending out emails to my list, of course, since then. But as far as like individual follow up, hasn't been super great. I got one call booked. So that's today, that's later today. But I definitely like the idea of shortening it and making it a little more um inviting like that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
100%. So I have some ideas there. So does your husband help with like following up or calling, or more like just like DM?
Mostly DMing. Um, yeah, not calling for sure, but mostly DMing.
Okay. Here's an
And
idea. Or go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna say he only works by me giving exact, like he's not at the level of having to train him from scratch. So he's not at the level where he does a
Um,
ton of like thinking outside the box,
got
like
you.
on
Yeah.
his
He's
own.
like, tell me what to do, I'll do
Yep.
it, but I'm not gonna, yeah, I got you. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And it's understandable because I don't know his background, but usually we as a leader, right, we do want to have SOPs and like structure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because then now we may be doing the follow-up, but eventually we're thinking, I want somebody else to do it, so let me document it.
Yep. I need
You
to get
know,
better about that for sure.
I hear you. Yeah, yeah. And I know we still have to jam out like one to one, so
Yeah.
we'll get that set up or whatever. But I think that's an idea there, just easy for you, kind of low-hanging fruit. Now, beyond that, if he's open to it, it would be extremely powerful for him to position himself as your like executive assistant or something of that
Yeah.
nature, right? Or yeah, I'm on Lucy's team, and it kind of just feels like okay, it's not just Lucy, which is not bad, right? When he calls them, it also gives some space between you and them, and almost
Mm.
kind of like they may be able to express things to him or your setter, whoever that may be. It doesn't have to be him. In terms of, yeah, I was gonna book, but I didn't because of these reasons. They may not share that with you because they feel like, oh, well, she's poured a lot into me, and I don't want to, right?
Mm.
But if somebody else comes in, like if I call them like, hey, hey Jenny, it's Luis with Lucy's team, or whatever your company name. How are you? It's like, oh yeah, I'm good. Yeah, we had that thing on Thursday. And then I can get into, yeah, that's why I was calling to check in. Number one, how did it go? But also number two, we saw you haven't booked the call yet, and we were wondering why. Like always making it about like where are they at? Yeah, we're just calling to see if you had any questions or what your thoughts were on it, or any concerns about the idea of scheduling a quick session there. We are offering new time slots, which are 15 minutes. And then you could even be honest, like, because yeah, because sometimes the 1 hour can feel a little bit intimidating. But yeah, I guess how do you feel about the idea of continuing, um, I don't know, chatting or whatever word you want to use, continue chatting with Lucy or continue strategizing with Lucy, you
Mhm.
know? That would be powerful for you.
Yeah.
The way I love to view it is the money is in the follow-up because of the depth of the relationship. New leads are great, but they're usually going to be in terms of connection, they're usually going to be surface level connection, right? So for you, it's
Yeah.
like, how do I prioritize an hour on every Tuesday or whenever you feel like your energy is really good or your husband or whoever can step in, prioritize it, but view it as I'm not bugging them. I'm not calling them to just be a pest. I'm calling them because I really appreciated our connection and I just want to see where they're at. Like it's clarity. I'm not clear on where she left off. And I care
Yeah.
enough to check in to see if there's anything we can do to help. And then beyond that,
Yeah.
if she's ready, like, okay, cool. Like, here's how we can help you,
Yeah.
you know?
And that's why I really liked this challenge, this particular one, is because I felt like it was really building connection with people more
Yes.
so than my 5 day no sugar challenge. Feels very like regimented, it's short, and it's like
Mm,
we're all just giving up sugar here and like getting through it.
mm.
This was like way more like sharing.
Yes, yeah,
It was
that's right.
supporting them through the holidays, so there were no like give up foods. It was more like eat the cookie, enjoy the
Mm.
holidays. And what are your goals? Share your goals. Lots of sharing pictures. Every single day's prompt had like,
Oh, that's big.
yeah, yeah. So people were, sharing pictures of their Christmas tree or them with their water or whatever the prompt was.
Mm,
So that was really cool. I I think that the challenge was really great. Like
yeah,
I
I
really
can
liked it.
see. I think it was really good. And I'm almost getting the sense that you may be leaving some impact and income on the table because
For
I'm
sure.
like, wow, they were connected, they were sharing, maybe even on a daily
Yep.
basis. Like there was so much momentum there, or there is, it's still not been a full week, which is important. Usually 2 days, 4 days, and then 7 days. It's like it just gets colder. It doesn't get super cold, but you know, hot is the same day or day after, and then periodically 2 days, 4 days, 7 days. So all that to say that I highly recommend if possible, even after this call, just think about who were the top five that were really active and I just have not seen them book. Let me call them and just check in. Let me just call them. Like they may not answer, they may whatever, but the intention is there. Your heart is pure. You want to help them. All you're doing is checking in. Yeah, I just want to see how did the thing go? And then are you open to continuing a conversation? It doesn't have to be an hour-long thing. It just I'm just looking to see if you're open to maybe a 15-minute call, even right now, right? You may catch them at a good time. Like they may be like, yeah, well, actually, I was wondering about that, but just didn't have time. Like what like you can even get into I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's so much possibility.
I know. I think probably I need to just like look at the actual data because in my head it was like, oh, well, the top people I've already had calls with, or they're my clients. My clients loved the
Hmm.
challenge. It was very, very beneficial for them. Um, and so I'm like, oh, well, who are even new people anyway, like new in
Yeah,
my like that I haven't had a call with. I don't know. I probably need to just like actually look before making those judgments.
I know.
And then a couple people like put comments saying like, "Oh, I'm going to connect with you in the new year,"
Hmm.
even though I did say that there was a deadline for the calls and
Yeah,
stuff. And my prices are going up in the new year for real, but I didn't talk about that.
I know. Here, and it's all about perspective, but here's the perspective I take with those folks. Sure, and I'm just talking to them, right? Like in my head, this is how I'm like conversations like, okay, sure, she wants to meet in the new year. What I would love to do is get clarity today or this week to so that I can prepare for the new year for you. Like that's what I'm thinking. That's how I'm viewing it. That's why whenever I'm reaching out to someone who said, for example, literally like yesterday, I was texting a guy. He goes, "Yeah, no, this was great, but I want to revisit it in the new year." I go, "Yeah, no problem at all." What matters most to me is your alignment to the idea because it might not even make sense to reconnect in the new year.
Mm.
You see, like it might, yes, no, I get that, but it also might not even make sense to reconnect in the new year. So I'm curious, and then get into whatever it is. For me, it was I'm curious, like, are you seriously considering getting into the DeFi space, which is crypto stuff? Are you like seriously considering that, regardless of when? Are you actually like interested in it? Turns out he is. The concern he had was that he's been burned, and he was going back and forth telling me like, I have X amount in this coin and whatever. Oh, okay, so it wasn't about the new year. It's just he was scared. He was afraid to lose, of
Yes.
course. I would have never known that if I would have been like, cool, Tom, or whoever, it's cool, man. Like, I'll see you in the
Right.
new year.
Yeah, I go right for the okay, sure, no problem.
Yeah, you see? Because we all do. It's easy, but it's doing what's difficult is always going to yield the highest returns,
Yep.
And the way you do that without being salesy or push is like, yeah, no worries. Totally get it. Send it. What I'm most curious about is like, how do you feel about this idea of whatever, losing weight, reaching your goals, or regardless of when, like, is that an idea you seriously want to like eventually get into, or just
Mm.
learning more about the why? It's like providing space for them because sometimes, I'll be honest with you, Lucy, people expect us to kind of give up on them. People expect us to be like, well, I'm gonna say this, and she's gonna say, okay, cool. But it's just a pattern that we're running. Our duty as a leader is to be like, no, I understand that's how you make decisions. You don't have to do anything today. I just want to know, like, why do you even want to keep exploring this? Because we don't have to. It's kind of the devil's advocate thing. It's like, yeah, well,
Yeah.
why though? Like, I guess why do you want to reconnect in the new year? Not like that, because that's a little bit too blunt.
Yeah.
But in essence, it's like when we do reconnect, like, what's most important for you about that? Like, what are you looking to do eventually?
Yeah. Okay. Got it. And
Okay.
and and just in general, I've noticed, and maybe um, I don't know, it's just an observation that I've had for at least my industry, that right now I just feel like if I can just focus on building the connection,
Hmm.
then like because I have another challenge starting on January 5th. Then
This
when
is your
I
bread and butter. Yeah. From January is everything.
Right, exactly, exactly. Oh, and you had sort of asked earlier, like what my process was, and yes, these challenges, they are how I get my clients. So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
usually at the end, there's the master class, there's follow up and everything, and that's how I get the bookings and get them on the call. So
Hmm.
the challenges so far have been really important for the business.
Yes.
And so I'm thinking like right now, if I'm just like giving and connecting and building the relationships. Then when I say, hey, we have another challenge starting on January 5th, do you want to join? They're more
Hmm.
likely to raise their hand and say yes. That's
Hmm.
kind of
Yeah.
like my mindset right now because I'm kind of like, well, December's done as far as income goes for my industry at this point.
Hmm.
I can't even get people on a call to prepay for January because nobody's getting on a call right now.
I got you. I got you. I would say yes, and it's always a game of probability. So the probability is way less versus a January, right? For example, the probability of you getting someone on the phone, them moving forward is way higher in January than December. Absolutely. Is it zero though? It's
Right.
not zero. Why is that important? Because sometimes then we let ourselves off the hook.
Yeah, I'm not trying to
You
let
know,
myself off the hook
that's
because
right. Because
the
I'll be
income
honest,
is important
it's it's barely not barely, but it's just barely halfway through the month.
and it feels over.
And that's the
But
thing.
yeah,
That's it. So the question for you is, where does that come from? What's the belief that's making me feel that it's over? Because the consequence of me feeling that it's over is that I'm not really pursuing, I'm not really like, you know,
right.
taking action. And so for you, for all of us, it's usually, oh, well, it's just um the belief it comes from. I mean, what do you think? Where does that belief come from?
Maybe it's just being a busy mom. So I kind of like understand
Yes.
their point of view. Like, yeah, basically people are worried like their focus right now is just getting through Christmas.
Yeah, that's right. So the belief, if I can just be blunt here, comes from our own
Mhm.
excuses, our own thought process, whatever word you want to use, our own beliefs around that thing, right? But also, if you explore it further, you're not throwing out your diet. Like, you're not stuffing your face with like mac and cheese every day either,
Right.
right? Why? Because then you have these other beliefs that are really serving you, like
Yeah.
steady maintenance, or I can have the cookie and
Yeah.
drink my water, or whatever your beliefs are. See, the thing
Yeah.
is, some people don't have that. And that's where you can come in and say, hey, I get it. And also, can I show you, Jessica, what I'm doing to prepare for January? We don't have to meet now, but I just want to hop on a quick 15-minute call to show you how over the last 5 years I've been able to have amazing Decembers in terms of enjoying my family and my kids while also preparing to hit the ground running in January. Would that be valuable for you? Of course it would be, right?
Mhm.
And it's very interesting how it's just the belief though.
Yep.
And
Okay.
also your superpower is, I'm sure, accountability, and presence and holding space in your community. Your community
Hmm.
probably does the accountability work because it's like, oh, I saw Emily post, I want to post too. So it's not a hardcore like bang them over the head with accountability. It's more like, hey, we're all still doing it. You can too.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So what are some takeaways from that segment around like beliefs?
Yeah, that it's coming from within and probably need to just set that aside and not make assumptions about
Mm.
where everybody else is. I've been making that assumption since November 1st,
Oh wow.
and then the first week of December I closed like two people and they never even
Mm.
brought up the holidays.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I need to be a little more careful about that. Um, yeah.
Well, that's even cooler in a sense because um I don't have to tell you, like, you experienced it. People signed up and they didn't even bring it up.
Right. And I had to remind myself, like, if somebody is in enough pain, they don't care that there's Thanksgiving and Christmas. They want help now.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I probably don't do a good enough job in my marketing to show how much I can help. And
Oh.
so 2026 is, I've already, put a huge, like my number one top goal is social proof and testimonials. I have testimonials. They're not anywhere. You can't find them because I haven't published them.
Oh, I see.
I have a lot of clients that have had so huge success and I didn't get a testimonial from them.
Oh,
So
I got you.
like, because
Yeah.
I feel uncomfortable asking and I know that that's ridiculous. So
Well,
that's
but also that's like another opportunity, right? For you to go through the process, like, where does that come from? No judgment. Because I'll be honest with
yeah,
you, sometimes a lot of the times we perpetuate our own belief systems because we judge our belief systems and we kind of throw it under the rug and say, oh, I shouldn't be saying that, but then we don't address it, you know? So it's like, okay, let me be honest with myself. There's something there. Why am I believing that? And then spend whatever time we spent was 90 seconds going through like where, right?
Yeah.
You know, so the same idea is it's okay. I mean, right? No judgment, but later on explore it. Like,
Yep.
where does that come from?
Yes. Yeah, there's definitely a lot there with the whole testimonial thing, but I need more of that. I need people to know that like
Yeah.
this program actually is was really good. So,
Yes.
I like the challenge I did. I like my program. My clients get like really good results. So I just need to talk about it more and get it out there. So that is like huge goal of 2026 is
Mm,
to talk
hmm.
about it.
What would you say is the energy behind the results? And what I mean by that is like when you think about your client's results, what's the energy there? Is it gratitude, excitement? Is it like just enthusiasm? Like what's the energy behind the results?
Like how I feel when they get a
Yeah,
result.
how do you feel?
I mean, there's excitement, there's gratitude, it's like, I don't know, things in my head are like, see it works. Like,
Yes.
see? That's what I want to
Yeah.
say is like, can everybody just see this, that it works?
Uh,
Um,
what would you call that? Because that's important. Like, what would you call that feeling of like, see, guys, is it like confidence? Is it empowerment? Like,
yeah, I like
what's
empowerment. Yep.
mm,
It's like, I mean, I'm fighting a huge battle because my
yeah.
weight loss program is the opposite of diet culture. So I'm like this
Mm,
little guy fighting a multi-billion dollar industry. And when I find somebody that's willing to explore it and try something different and then they get results, it's like it's powerful. It's really powerful because
mm,
like they just did the opposite of what they have been told and taught their
yeah.
entire, 50 years of life. And they're seeing like, I mean, they're shocked. They're like in awe, like, oh my gosh, I lost weight and I wasn't on a diet. It's like
There we go.
it's just it's crazy. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. So the reason why that's important is because when you think about because then it's opposing forces, right? You said, "Oh, I feel kind of weird about asking for testimonials or whatever word you use. Like I feel something about that."
yeah,
The way to overcome that is just remember, wait, what's this all about? And it's like, wait, it's about empowerment and it's just about sharing or feeling confident about this works, you know,
yeah.
and just saying, okay, cool. And here's a devil advocate question. So my question for you, if we were like in a sales call, I'd be like, okay, Lucy, I hear you, but let me ask you a devil's advocate question. Like, why even collect testimonials? Like, just keep doing what you're doing. It seems to be kind of working. Like, you don't have to ask anybody for their testimonial. I guess like why even bother?
And I definitely used to kind of think that like, oh, it works great for them. I don't need to announce it. Now let me move on to the next person. But yeah, I can't get anybody to be, or it's just much harder to convince somebody to spend this kind of money and to take a chance on something else because they've all spent money
Mm,
on diet programs before. So without hearing other people's successes, they have to, I mean, a
mm,
lot of them need to hear that it works for other people. So
And what happens if you don't do that then?
they don't trust the process and they don't join and then the they don't get the opportunity to see themselves succeed because they're going to just keep trying all the same
Mm,
diet industry stuff over and over. And they're never
and
going to
does
get
that
there.
bother you?
If I could change the world, I would. So yes.
There you go. So that's the same exact sequence you would use on your clients or your like Okay, God, let me ask you like, why even do something different? It's the holidays, Jessica, you're busy, or it's the New Year's, Jessica. Like, I'm sure you got 1,000 things to do. Like, why even start a fitness like journey at this point? I'm curious. They'll tell you their answer, and then you say, okay, but I guess like, what happens if you don't do that? Same thing with you. I asked you, why do you want testimonials? You told me, and then I'm like, okay, but what happens if you don't do that?
Yeah.
And then you told me, and then I was like, okay, does that bother you? Does that consequence bother you, Lucy? You said, yeah. If I could change the world, I would. Boom. At that point, Lucy, I would transition straight into my pitch. For you, like when you go through that sequence, it's like, okay, gotcha. And last question here, I guess kind of a devil's advocate, but why even do something different? I mean, it's the New Year's, you're busy, like, why change? And they're gonna be like, well, because I want to feel good. It's like, yeah, but I guess if that doesn't happen, like then what? Or what happens? Well, if I don't feel good, then boom, they'll say whatever. And it's like, well, does that bother you? And of course. Exactly. So that's exactly why we built this. And if you're open to it, I'd love to share how it works. They're gonna be like, yes, tell me, because I want to hit my goals.
Yeah.
So all you're doing is you're kind of like teeing yourself up for success. And you're giving them clarity on, do you really want this? Do you really want a testimonial in your case? Of course you
Yeah.
do, right? But sometimes we need to just like, why? Oh yeah, oh shoot, oh yeah, I want to change the world. Oh, and that'll require just asking someone, hey, how did it go? Great, let's do a quick video. Let me, go like this real quick because we're pretty much done.